Greetings everyone, I'm back here again with another NHL season preview, and today we are doing the Detroit Red Wings, and just want to preference the video by saying I have them finishing 5th in the division, and not making the playoffs. Yep, it's not going to be, I don't think, a necessarily horrible year in Detroit. Not as bad as it was last year. This team, I like some of the pieces they have in place. This team, it doesn't need a full-blown, like, 3-year rebuild. It just needs some retooling, especially on the back end. I'll get to that later in the video. But let me start off by highlighting some key pieces that I really like with the team. So up front, sorry guys for coughing. I think I'm getting cold. But some of the forwards I like are Mantha, a good young forward. Abdelkader, he's this alternate captain. Like what he brings to the team. Larkin, you know what he can bring to the table. He's a great player. Athanasiou, he can score 20 goals. Nyquist, a solid player that works every night. Tatar, really like his work ethic. And Furk. So right there, that is 5. That's 7 forwards I like that I think you can build a good team around. On the back end, I like Xavier Ouellet. He's shown the flashes of brilliance, and I'm really curious to see how he develops this year. And in goal, I still like Peter Mrazek. He didn't have the best of years last year, but he'll get it back in check. So let's get in lineup. First line left wing, Anthony Mantha. Last year, 17 goals, 19 assists, 36 points. Okay, so Mantha, I really like him. Like I said, I really like him. He's a fast player. He's a sniper. He can score. He's great on the power play. He goes to the net. He's just a reliable forward out there, and he's not bad defensively. And then you have Henrik Zetterberg. Last year, had a really good year for being 37. Last year, 17 goals, 51 assists, 68 points. But the bad thing in Detroit is Zetterberg is 37 and still your best player. When he retires, Larkin's going to be your first line center. And I'm curious to see how he's going to handle that pressure eventually. But Zetterberg, I think, will have a down year in points, like maybe around 50. I think he overachieved last year, but he's old. He lost his step, and I just expect him to regress, basically. And then you have Nyquist on his wing. So you have an excellent playmaker in the middle in Zetterberg, centering 2 snipers that can score. Last year, Nyquist, 12 goals, 36 assists, 48 points. That's good numbers out of him. I like to see Nyquist shoot the puck more because he has an underrated shot, and he can score 20 goals a year. He's just a good player. And then this is a gritty little 2-way line for the second line. It starts with Justin Abdelkader, centering, or not centering, on the second line left wing. Last year, 7 goals, 14 assists, 21 points. That's good numbers out of him. That's what he's been around pretty much his whole year. He's just good 5-on-5. You can rely on the PK, and he just tries every night. He's a good all-around player for them. Sorry about that. And then you have Dylan Larkin. I like what Larkin brings his team. He's fast. He's a shifty little playmaker, and he can make stuff happen. Last year, 17 goals, 15 assists, 32 points. Down year from his rookie season, but the sophomore slump. I expect him to get back probably into the 40, 45 point range again this year. I don't expect Larkin to ever be this big 70, 80 point guy, but I expect him to be a capable, solid number 1 or a really good number 2 center. And on his right wing is Tatar. Last year, 25 goals, 21 assists, 46 points. He's a great two-way forward. You can rely on him at both ends in the ice, and he can put pucks in the back of the net, and he goes to dirty area. He's a great all-around player. I really like what he brings to the team. Thomas Tatar is a really good player. Then you have Luke Glendening. This is a gritty line. It won't score a lot, but it will get stuff done. It will just hunker down and be really solid defensively. Luke Glendening, 3 goals, 11 assists, 14 points. That's decent numbers. I like to see him score around 5 goals, maybe 10 goals. But if he doesn't score in that pace, it's not bad. And then Frans Nielsen, love him in the third line role. That's perfect what brings the team. He's capable in a shutdown role, and he can score given the right chances. Last year, 17 goals, 24 assists, 41 points. Great numbers out of Frans Nielsen. I expect him to be really good again this year, maybe score 20 goals. He's great in the shootout. You can always rely on him to score a goal. He's just a good trade, or he's a good player. I like that trade ever since he came up from the Islanders. And David Booth, who signed on a PTO from the KHL. Last year, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. David Booth, old like Zetterberg, that's probably going to get him in the NHL this year. Don't expect a lot of him. I'd like to trade moving out Riley Sheahan, who only scored 1 goal last year. Took him 82 games, I'm pretty sure, to score 1 goal. So, I like Scott Wilson. He's great on the fourth line. He's good. He gets on the forecheck. He's a gritty player. 8 goals, 18 assists, 26 points. I like what he brings to the table. Now, this duo of Athanasiou, I love Athanasiou because he's quick, has great hands, almost like McDavid-esque hands in a sense. Last year, 18 goals, 11 assists, 29 points. Athanasiou is just a great player, and you can rely on him in overtime and shoot out the score. And he's playing with Ferk. What's a great name? There's no vowels in his name. I don't know any time it's ever happened. That's just a great name. Marty Ferk. Last year in the AHL, 27 goals, 23 assists, 50 points. Great numbers out of him. He has 6 goals, I believe, this year. So he's putting him and Athanasiou are getting stuff done. I really like that line. Now defense. I like this defense. It's a solid two-way defense, and it can hunker down if you need to. It won't give up a lot. It's an experience to blue line. It's not the fastest one, but it has experience. Eriksson last year, 1 goal, 8 assists, 9 points. Swinging Gab. He's a solid two-way defenseman. Can play good on the PK, and he's an excellent 5-on-5. He's paired with Trevor Daley, Stanley Cup winner. Can do whatever you want him to do. He can play on the penalty kill. He can quarterback a second power play. You don't really want him to do it, but he could if you want to. Last year, 5 goals, 14 assists, 19 points. That's good numbers out of him. And then you have Xavier Ouellet, second line lefty. Flashes of brilliance last year, and I'm curious to see if he can round the form this year. Last year, 3 goals, 9 assists, 12 points. Really like what he brings to the table. He's a good two-way defenseman. Really just like Ouellet. And Mike Green can quarterback your power play. And last year, 14 goals, 22 assists, 36 points. I see him in a lot of trade talks. I don't think Detroit would trade him. May not till the deadline, but or in the offseason. They don't have anyone that can quarterback it really, except for Green. Maybe Ouellet or Eriksson. And then you have Cromwell. I like him playing sheltered minutes. Cromwell's not the same Cromwell he was 3 years ago, scoring 49 points. Last year, Cromwell 2 goals, 11 assists, 13 points. He's slow. He's like Chara. He's lost his step. He's not the same as he used to be. He has to play sheltered minutes, where he won't hurt you. Then Nick Jensen, last year 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points. Like to see maybe if he can score more this year. But he's just good. He's a reliable defenseman that you can lean on. And then I like the goaltending. I like to see Howard and Mrazek split starts. Last year, Howard 927 save percentage, 210 goals against. He's playing pretty good again this year. I don't see why he couldn't have around 210 goals against again. Maybe a 925 save percentage, somewhere around there. And Mrazek, like I said, I don't think he'll have a 304 goals against like he did last year. I think he's playing a lot better this year than he did last year. And he had 901 save percentage last year. I think he'll probably get back in 910s and 915s. I like to see him do that. So that's just my opinion on Detroit. Thank you all for watching. If you're new, make sure you subscribe for daily content. So I'm out, guys. Peace. Have a great rest of your day.